Thousands of mink were on the loose today after vandals broke into a Kaysville farm and opened their pens.
This release comes a month after a similar crime was committed in South Jordan. Nicole Gonzalez has that story. Catching mink, an unlikely excuse to leave church service.
Yeah, not what we planned on doing on a Sunday morning, that's for sure.
Risa Baker's bishop announced that mink were running around the area, so she left church and came home to one on her porch.
And Paul started to scream, and a neighbor guy came over, so we're like chasing this mink around the neighborhood.
It caused a lot of excitement, especially for the kids.
The first time I saw the mink drum up my drive, I'm like, wow, an otter. I thought it was an otter.
The neighborhood is right next door to Lauder's mink farm, where thousands were let out of their pens last night.
And they don't travel very far. Most of them stay within the confines of the pens where they're, the shed areas where they're at, more or less looking for a way to get back into their pen. Because they're in a foreign environment and they don't understand what's going on. They're not made to be out on their own. They're actually in severe trouble when they're outside of their element.
The FBI and Davis County Sheriff are investigating. They both say it's too premature to determine who did this. Holt says some characteristics of the raid match an incident that happened last month in South Jordan. That raid was supported by the Animal Liberation Front, which believes they're liberating animals headed for a painful death. One woman we spoke to agrees with whoever did this.
They should be in the wild, not in a huge cage and cut up to wear.
But back in this Farmington neighborhood, there was no time for the politics of it all. Their concern, getting the mink out.
I have a big net. It's about that easy.
We called the Animal Liberation Front for a comment, but our phone calls have yet to be returned. Also, the Fur Commission USA is offering a $100,000 reward for information leading to the conviction in any mink release.
I can't think of any, pure act of love than to put yourself on the line and risk freedom so that another creature can live. To me, that is the ultimate, extremely noble thing. And I'm speaking about the people that went to this farm and people that do these actions all the time. That to me is an absolutely something that, it's really the highest plane of humanity to me, and it's altruism, frankly. I think the people that carried out this action, like what happened in Kaysville with the release of 6,000 mink, these people are nothing short of heroes to me.
I eat beef. I eat meat of all kind, and I use leather and don't really give it a second thought. Why should I? How can I condemn the practice of using these minks in this way when I do the exact same thing with, for example, cows?
Well, you're absolutely right, and I guess that really highlights, and you set up perfectly what my most important point here is that we sort of make these token gestures of compassion. We care for our dogs, and maybe we're interested in helping out cats and dogs, but 98% of animals killed in this country are killed for meat. They're killed, for the food, what we call food. I've been vegan for 15 years. I don't consume any meat or dairy products or eggs, and that's based solely on what I've seen with my own eyes at factory farms. And people think they're compassionate people, and they are, a lot of them. But I like to think when people find out what happens at slaughterhouses, they will make a change and they'll become vegan.